Sometimes life can be a real pain in the neck, right? So the flexion, extension, the rotation, and the lateral flexion that you're supposed to get from your neck just isn't available. But what happens? You just push through it anyway. You work around it, right? Hi, this is John. Today we're looking at 3 moves to help keep your neck in top shape, pain-free, okay? So first of all, before we get started, the thing to remember is the neck obeys the hips. Remember our cardinal rule, everything is connected. So if you have to sit a lot or your hips are just misaligned in general from your workouts or your daily activities, it's going to work its way all the way up the back, right, into the neck. Because think about where the spine is. It ends down here and it connects at the top of your skull. Obviously the neck all the way down to the tailbone. Very important to remember that. The neck obeys the hips. And now, for my first trick, if you have a towel, grab one, or just something to give your neck a little extra support. You can simply roll it up. We're going to use the wall. We've used the wall for several things in this series on posture. And this is what you can do without a towel. But sometimes, especially if you have a bit of pain or excessive flexion, in your upper back and neck, it does help. So start from the bottom up. Think about that with posture, just to get aligned. Heels against the wall, hips against the wall, shoulder blades against the wall. Don't hike up your shoulders, just relax them back. Now I do have a little bit of a baseboard. You may as well, that's okay. But try to get as close to the wall as you can. Heels, hips, shoulders. Now if your head doesn't naturally touch, do not force it. That's part of what the towel's for. You're just rolling up that towel, putting it right here for a little support. Now you can hang out here 3 minutes. And if you don't have a towel, you can still do the same thing. It's just a good posture check-in. The thing to remember is do not force the head back to make your head touch. Hang out there about 3 minutes. The towel provides a little bit of vertical support, and this is just a great posture check-in, if nothing else. And if you have a lot of forward folding, especially in the upper neck, just holding your head back, earlobe over there, holding that towel against the wall is actually a pretty good exercise, but just no neck pain, okay? All right, next thing, have a seat. Shoulder squeeze is what we're doing next. I'll show you a profile view. Have a seat. So what happens when you sit a lot? Over time you kind of get tired, watch my low back. Instead of that, good, just a little bit of an S curve right there, you end up just kind of collapsing into it, right? And then it goes right all the way up the chain. You end up folding forward. Okay, so let's sit up straight. We're going to do some sitting shoulder squeezes. You can do 3 sets of 20. I'll just demonstrate a few for you. Sitting up, a little bit of anterior tilt there, a little bit of extension of the hips while you're sitting. No pain, of course. Let your shoulders roll down and back. Let your arms just kind of hang. If you can, if it's available, I'll show you the front view. Your palms maybe a little bit forward. And all you're going to do is squeeze the shoulder blades back. Just squeeze it back a little bit. Here's kind of a side view. Squeezing shoulder blades back, retracting the shoulder blades. Look straight ahead. I've got to see your pretty face, so I got to look at you. But just squeeze them back. Maintaining that good, stable, little bit of extension there in your hips, okay? 3 sets of 20 of those. It reawakens the shoulders, kind of reestablishes a good connection of activity all the way up and down the spine, between the hips, shoulders, neck. Okay, last thing, go ahead and lie on your back for this one. This is frog. So, lying on your back, soles of your feet together, let your knees drop open, let gravity do the work. Trying to keep your hips pretty neutral, so don't let them overextend or flatten too much. Just good, normal. Palms out to the side, looking up. Let your knees drop open. And you'll feel it, those adductors, groin muscles, those really powerful muscles, which if they're misaligned or overused, can really pull your hips, your pelvis out of alignment and lead to pain, like we've already talked about, up and down the chain. And remember, if the hips are connected, the position of the hips connected to the neck, Well, it's a big deal that you release those powerful muscles. So you can hold that one, the frog, for about a minute. And that's been 3 moves for a pain-free neck.